The United States, a nation vast and diverse, often finds itself in the crosshairs of nature's fury and unforeseen calamities. From hurricanes and floods to wildfires and earthquakes, these disasters leave behind a trail of devastation, testing the resilience of communities and demanding a coordinated, compassionate response. At the heart of this response stands the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, a dedicated agency tasked with preparing for, mitigating, responding to, and recovering from disasters that impact the nation. Established in 1979, FEMA operates under the Department of Homeland Security, serving as the frontline shield against the unexpected. FEMA's mission extends beyond immediate response. The agency works tirelessly to build a culture of preparedness across the nation, equipping communities with the knowledge and resources to face emergencies head-on. Through comprehensive training programs, public awareness campaigns, and meticulous planning, FEMA empowers individuals, families, and local governments to take proactive steps that minimize the impact of disasters. This commitment to preparedness forms a crucial pillar of FEMA's approach, fostering resilience and self-sufficiency at all levels. Beyond preparedness, FEMA plays a pivotal role in mitigating the potential impact of disasters. By identifying hazards and vulnerabilities, the agency works proactively to reduce risks and minimize potential damage. This involves collaborating with communities to develop mitigation plans, implement infrastructure improvements, and enforce building codes that enhance resilience. FEMA's mitigation efforts represent a proactive approach to disaster management, aiming to prevent or lessen the severity of future events. Responding to disasters with unwavering dedication, FEMA serves as a lifeline for communities in crisis. When disaster strikes, the agency swiftly deploys resources including search and rescue teams, medical supplies, and emergency shelters to provide immediate aid and support to those affected. FEMA's response efforts are characterized by their speed, efficiency, and compassion, ensuring that vital assistance reaches those in need as quickly as possible. January 2025 will forever be etched in the memory of Los Angeles as the month when wildfires, fueled by dry conditions and fierce winds, swept through the city's outskirts, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Homes were reduced to ashes, businesses were devastated, and lives were tragically lost as the inferno raged, pushing firefighting resources to their limits. In the face of this catastrophe, FEMA's response was swift and multifaceted, demonstrating the agency's commitment to supporting communities during their darkest hours. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, President Trump swiftly declared a major disaster for the state of California, paving the way for FEMA to deploy its full range of resources to the affected areas. This declaration served as a beacon of hope for those who had lost everything, signaling that federal assistance would be forthcoming to help them rebuild their lives. FEMA, in coordination with state and local agencies, immediately established a presence in the region, setting up command centers to coordinate relief efforts and assess the extent of the damage. One of FEMA's first priorities was to provide immediate assistance to those displaced by the fires. Emergency shelters were established in schools, community centers, and other safe locations, offering refuge to those who had been forced to evacuate their homes. These shelters provided not only a roof over their heads, but also access to essential supplies such as food, water, blankets, and hygiene products. FEMA's rapid deployment of these resources ensured that those who had lost their homes were not left without basic necessities. Beyond immediate relief, FEMA also began the crucial task of assessing the damage and determining the long-term needs of the affected communities. Teams of inspectors were deployed to survey damaged homes and businesses, providing valuable data that would inform the allocation of federal assistance. This comprehensive assessment was essential in ensuring that aid was distributed equitably and effectively, reaching those who needed it most. As the immediate threat of the wildfires subsided, FEMA shifted its focus to the long and arduous process of recovery. Recognizing that rebuilding lives and communities requires more than just immediate relief, the agency established disaster recovery centers, or DRCs, in strategic locations throughout the affected areas. These centers served as one-stop shops for survivors, providing a wide range of services designed to help them navigate the complexities of the recovery process. At the DRCs, survivors could meet face-to-face with FEMA representatives who could answer their questions, provide guidance on available assistance programs, and help them register for federal aid. The centers also housed representatives from other federal, state, and local agencies, as well as non-profit organizations, ensuring that survivors had access to a comprehensive network of support. This collaborative approach streamlined the recovery process, making it easier for survivors to access the resources they needed to rebuild their lives. A cornerstone of FEMA's assistance to disaster survivors is the provision of financial grants to help cover essential needs. For those whose homes were damaged or destroyed by the wildfires, FEMA offered grants to help with home repairs, rental assistance, and the replacement of essential household items. These grants provided a much-needed financial lifeline to families struggling to get back on their feet, allowing them to begin the process of rebuilding their lives. FEMA's response to the Los Angeles wildfires was not without its critics. Some argued that the agency's response was slow and inadequate, particularly in the early days following the disaster. Others pointed to bureaucratic hurdles and delays in the distribution of aid, highlighting the challenges of navigating a complex federal bureaucracy during a time of crisis. These criticisms underscore the importance of ongoing efforts to improve FEMA's responsiveness and efficiency in disaster situations. Despite these criticisms, FEMA's response to the Los Angeles wildfires was widely seen as a success. The agency's swift deployment of resources, establishment of disaster recovery centers, and provision of financial assistance were crucial in helping affected communities begin the long process of recovery. FEMA's collaborative approach, working closely with state and local agencies, as well as nonprofit organizations, ensured that survivors had access to a wide range of support services. As the affected communities in Los Angeles continue to rebuild and recover, FEMA remains committed to providing ongoing support. The agency's long-term recovery efforts focus on helping communities build back stronger and more resilient to future disasters. This includes providing technical assistance to communities as they develop and implement hazard mitigation plans, as well as offering grants to support infrastructure improvements that reduce the risk of future wildfire damage. In the wake of the devastating Los Angeles wildfires of 2025, FEMA's role as the nation's leading disaster response agency was once again thrust into the spotlight. While the agency faced criticism for aspects of its response, its overall efforts were widely praised for providing crucial assistance to those in need. As the affected communities continue on the long road to recovery, FEMA's ongoing support will be essential in helping them rebuild their lives and build back stronger than ever before.